Hello out there. I'm live. I'm Lee Norman. I'm your host of the Southern Five Paranormal Podcast. Happy to have you with us, whether you're live, whether you're watching this recorded. If you're watching this a couple of weeks from now, send me some lotto numbers that won this time. Don't send me that stuff that didn't win. Send me the ones that won, because I need a new pair of shoes. Also need some beer because I'm having to drink cola. All right. We are going to talk about a little bit about NOLA, kind of like I did last night. NOLA! Okay, we've done. That's the end of the show. Have a good day. I mentioned it. No, really. It is time to bring out a guest. But first, we do have a small announcement we're going to make today. So we got to break out the three-ring circus, bring out the dancing girls, bring out the girls that swing around half naked, bring out the trapeze artists, run the elephants through the house, get some horses out here, get the guys with the shovels behind the animals, of course. We got a special show coming up. We're going to bring out Jennifer Talley.
Hey, you.
Can you follow the elephants?
I am. They're just leaving.
Okay.
They're going down to Bourbon Street. They're going for a purple drink at Lafitte's.
Oh, yes. The trouble is, but see, before you go to Lafitte's, the elephants are gray, standard thing, crapping all over the streets, standard elephants.
Yeah.
After you spend some time in there, and after 3 or 4 purple drinks, you're seeing pink elephants dancing around, holding an umbrella with their front legs and dancing around on just their back legs.
Yep, it's about right. Second line of elephants.
Your other half, Chris, talks about the hangovers those purple drinks can cause.
That's what I hear.
Oh, you've never had one?
I did. I am not a frozen drink girl.
Oh, okay. What do you like to drink?
what I'm drinking now. I'm a vodka girl. Anything on the rocks. I'll even if I drink a bourbon, I'll even put a splash of water in there or drink it with an ice cube. But I know that it's that ice cream headache. I can't do them. But I have had purple drink because you have to. You can't
You
live
got to.
here. You just have to. So yeah, I got an ice cream headache from them. So no, I get my pink elephants from other sources.
Like they're hurricanes or something.
Yes. Oh, and Lafitte's does make a really good hurricane too.
Uh, that's not my favorite. I like a little bit sweeter. At, what is the name of that other place? Patrick O'Brien's or whatever it is.
Pat O'Brien's, yeah. Yeah,
They've got a good hurricane.
they do. They do. They have, and their courtyard is so much fun with the fires and mountains, and yeah.
I've got pictures of Galen on in the courtyard there.
Oh, it's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Of course, another fun place to drink is the Aspen's house.
Been there. Been there. Tried the absinthe. It's different.
Yes, that'll give you a headache the next morning.
It does. If you haven't, you understand Crowley's inspiration for his book, The Greek Goddess. Like,
well, it's that kind of thing that you drink too many of those at night, and you can't wait to walk down Bourbon Street and stop by one. I call them closet bars, the bar with the door that opens to the outside behind the bar.
Yeah.
And you get a grenade that relieves the headache.
Oh, the hand grenade.
Yes.
Now those I drink sometimes. Mardi Gras usually. Those I've had because you can get those on the rocks.
Oh yes.
People
And
don't understand they shouldn't have more than two.
well, that should be true with the purple drinks and the hurricanes at Lafitte's.
Probably.
Asthma shops about the same way. Limit 2.
Yeah.
Should be one of the rules on Bourbon Street. Limit 2.
Limit 2. Yeah. No one listens.
Anyway,
Yeah.
first thing I'd like to hit is Sean will go ahead and throw up the first photo of the lady in black. That one right there. I believe that's a familiar looking ad.
It is. It is.
I believe that the New Orleans Paranormal Society, I believe they do tours down in New Orleans.
We do, and Chris couldn't be here tonight. He's actually doing one of our public ghost hunts. The city says we're a tour or whatever. I guess we take a group, so that's a tour. But it's an actual paranormal investigation inside 2 haunted locations in the quarter, complete with a little bit of history. We don't focus as much on it unless it's fairly significant. And then you learn the proper way to use the ghost hunting stuff, equipment, and how to tell false positives, because that's important. That's an important part of it. Sometimes the squeaky floorboard is just that, the squeaky floorboard. So Chris is off doing that right now for our 8 o'clock. I think he's going to the Andrew Jackson in the Voodoo House tonight.
There you go. Go ahead and throw up the other picture, please, Sean. Here's your information.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants a real ghost hunting tour in New Orleans, there you go.
And we have access to 5 different locations depending upon the day of the week, and we choose 2 every night based on their availability, group size. Hey, Roger. So you could take this several times and not go to the same place twice, which is kind of fun.
What are your other 2 places? We mentioned the Voodoo Shop and Andrew Jackson.
We have access to the Hotel Provincial. One of the buildings there was the site of our first hospital here in New Orleans in 1722, called the Royal Military Hospital. So that's got some stuff there. And we have access to a business that is formerly a Church of Witchcraft and recently revived that coven, the Religious Order of Witchcraft. And at times we have access to the seance room at the Vampire Apothecary Restaurant and Bar, which used to be a voodoo temple. And the seance room used to be, when it was a voodoo temple, the inner sanctum, meaning that you had to be a very high level of initiate in voodoo to even walk through the door. And there's a pretty cool couple of energies there too. So it's actually starting to become another favorite place of ours as we get to go from time to time. Because I mean, it's an operating business and restaurant, you know. We don't
Right.
always have that opportunity. And if anyone's looking for a place to eat, the food is fabulous. So
Very cool.
delicious.
Did Chris tell you what I did at the voodoo shop?
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Well,
He might.
well, he was already picking on a young kid, and he already informed me this was happening. You've seen this game go down before.
Yeah.
So we got in front of the voodoo shop, and he says, when you go through that gate, don't do anything in the yard. Be quiet. Don't pull out any equipment. Just stand there. Because we don't know what's going to happen when you go through. And he said, Lee, you got anything you want to say? I said, Chris, I want you to do me a favor. I pointed to the kid. I said, I want him to be the first one in the gate. His eyes got really big, and he started looking to his mother. And his mother said, that's okay. I'll be behind you, pushing you through. And then Andrew Jackson, he heard the name Toby and went to Chris and said, what does this name mean anything? Because I heard it 3 or 4 times. I said, sorry, that's on me. That's an old friend that died about 10 years ago.
That's yours. Oh, wow.
Apparently he followed me there.
That happens so often that people's loved ones come up. So we don't even have to bother the spirits at the locations if they don't feel like yakking at us, because, you know, they get sick of seeing the same faces sometimes, or they're like, I don't like this group, you suck. You know, so then we're like, all right, relatives and friends, come on, let's talk. And you know, a lot of times that they do. I mean, because why not? It's a good opportunity for them to be heard. So yeah,
we also talked about one of the rooms when you're looking back to the lobby from the foyer where you go upstairs to 208. We were standing there, and I told Chris that when I was there a couple of years before, that a guy who worked with Ghost Adventures, he was a staffer, went in there by himself with a recorder, because I told him to go in there by himself. He should have been used to that, seeing that happen in Ghost Adventures a lot. Yeah. He went in there with the voice recorder and came out screaming because he actually got it on record. He hit record and we heard it. A very loud growl.
Huh.
And Chris said that recently he found out that there was a dead person in that room, and didn't know if it was a murder or a suicide.
106. Is it on the right hand side? If you're facing the door to go to the front desk, on the right hand side, opposite 208.
Yeah.
It's 106. That's Captain Smith. He unalived himself in that room.
Okay.
And so he was a fishing captain.
Okay. Lots of stories down there. Yeah. Lots of places to go. But that's not what we're kind of doing that here. We're having a little bit of fun, talking about some common experiences we've had down there.
Yeah.
I have seen at Lafitte's a partial apparition of a man wearing a hat. Standing in front, I was on what I call the piano side. I go with the fireplace. Yeah. I go bar side, piano side.
Yeah.
I was on the piano side and saw that partial apparition sitting on that table. And this was just 2 or 3 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
Just something kind of came in. I saw something moving around and it walked off.
Huh.
And
like hat or what kind of hat?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't see enough of it.
Okay.
But that's right where other people have said that John Lafitte may be appearing once in a while.
We got a photo. I could share it with you while we're doing this, of an apparition, very much looked like a pirate, thought to be Jean Lafitte, at Muriel's.
Muriel's of all places.
Yep. Let me see if I can find it. But I know I have sent it.
The whole French Quarter is haunted. I was explaining on the show last night that psychics have told me that New Orleans is kind of a crossroads. of the paranormal. It's kind of like the Atlanta Fulton County Airport is for the entire Southeast. If you fly to Montgomery, you fly to Birmingham, you fly to Jacksonville, Savannah, Columbus, you got to go to Atlanta first. And New
Yeah.
Orleans seems to be that on the paranormal. You go through New Orleans
Yeah.
when you pass on. You find it?
Yeah, I'm sending it. Yep, just send it to you on Messenger. That's standing at the ghost table. You know, I've often felt in the Andrew Jackson that it's a portal. And I'll say this because before we started going in that closet area that we're able to now, we just stayed in the courtyard. And one part of the courtyard just always felt heavier than the other. And one side of the courtyard, we always got more evidence than the other. And before I knew I had abilities or any of that stuff, you know, using equipment, I got over one of our apps. It said Parker liver. We missed it. I'm getting goosebumps now. My dad's best friend, his name was Jimmy Parker, had passed away less than a year before that happened. Now, I'm not from New Orleans, and I think I was about 8 years old since the last time he saw me. So there's no way he really would know I was here, right? And so I called my mom. I said, hey, how did Parker die? Can you check it out? Because his family was still in our hometown up north. And she called me back a couple of days later, and she said, he died of liver cancer. And I said, really? Was it fast? She said, Jen, he was in the hospital and dead within 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought to myself, I haven't seen you since I was 8. I'm 50 years old, whatever I was at the time. Who told you I was here? Do you know what I mean? So really, I mean, that was just early on and just doing ghost tours and a little bit of the hunt. And it just started making me think, why are you here? And who told you about me? And so that's really where like my whole theory about the Andrew Jackson being a portal, because it's just person after person after person after person. And I've been told even by local psychics too, that they believe there's several portals here in the city. And I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that in a minute. That was taken in front of the ghost table at Muriel's through the doors.
Wow.
That's a pirate outfit, is it not? I mean, it looks like it. I can't say for sure.
Looks like he's got something on his belt.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a sword, or it could be the butt of a single shot
Of a gun.
You know, muzzle load gun.
Yep. And I'll attest to the picture, because when I did these and people would take pictures on the, you know, the walking tours and stuff like that, and I would give them time to stop and quick look at their photos. And so I know this is not edited, because this girl took 3 pictures, like a photo, like a photo burst, right? Animated, which would be now. And this was only in one of them, of that whole burst. This was the only frame it was in.
Wow. That is interesting. That is a full-blown shadow figure there.
Oh, yeah. And you can almost see through. It's almost like you could see the tablecloth a little through them.
Mm-hmm.
But
right in the center there.
Yep.
And it's aligned with where you can see the table.
And the hand on the threshold, like he's walking in or is talking to something. But yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures.
I bet. The thing on his belt that I said could be a sword, it could be a gun. Those single shot guns had a big knob on the handle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, below when you're holding below your hand.
Yeah.
You know, down in here.
Yeah.
Because they only fired one shot. So what you do is flip it around and just bust some heads with it.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah.
And that's why it had a big knob, with usually kind of a sharp knob in the center of it. That was kind of pointy. And that way, when you hit somebody in the head hard enough, you usually crack their skull.
Yeah.
You know, in a fight back then, you're not trying to hurt somebody. like you do nowadays. You just hit them with the fist and knock them down. Okay, I'm done. Walk away. No, they were trying to kill people.
It was life and death fights, is what it was. Yeah, it was
Yes.
not. There was no in between for a lot of those. There wasn't a submission, anything. So yeah, for sure.
Well, all right. Let's go on to our slight announcement. Something is upcoming.
Our little bitty
We, uh,
announcement.
we got a hint down below. We also have a hint right behind your head. There it is. Uh, Ta-da! Guess what's about to happen next year in New Orleans for the first time?
Yes, we're super excited. So yes, New Orleans. Hey Gwen, our first ever Paracon in New Orleans, July 31st through August 2nd, 2026 at the Crown Plaza in New Orleans. So it's the edge of the French Quarter. We're beyond excited. And you know, Len, we have been working on this for a while. A while. Website is live, neworleansparacon.com, and all of the packages are up. And our hope is that this is, Chris always says preeminent, and I hope for that. This is educational focused. This is not only can you meet and greet your favorite celebrities, but this is let's learn something, right? We found over time on the ghost hunts that we've done. We did a Graveyard Fest last October with Dalen Sprout of Ghost Brothers. Love him. He's a fabulous guy, super fun to work with. What you see is what you get with him. And we found with his group the need for knowledge. It was like a parched thirst for an outlet for the right way to do things. Develop my psychic abilities. Do I have any? How do I protect myself? Oh my gosh, I'm supposed to clear off after investigation. Well, how do I do that? It was just over and over. And we thought, even in my search, when I found out I had some abilities in New Orleans, think about it. I'm living in the quarter, right? It took me 3 years to find somebody to help me. Just think about that. Nobody wanted to help me. Nobody wanted to be a mentor. Nobody wanted to be a teacher until I found one person, two people, actually, Sam and Brick of Hands of Fate. And I'm forever grateful to them for helping me. And so to have now an outlet of actual mentors and courses and people for people to go to and learn the right way to do things, it's so important to us. And we also wanted to focus on, let's make this affordable. We have one package that you can just pick a la carte. 2 people in a king room in the Crown Plaza for 3 days and 2 nights starts at $300. And that gets you into all the free classes and the vendor area. And then you can just pick the classes a la carte as you want. You can add on a ghost hunt or a special event as you want. And we've enabled, and it will be up probably in about a week, you get to use Afterpay. So you don't have to put this on a credit card. You could spread your payments out and interest-free in a certain amount. You could pay over months. So we really, really, really wanted to focus on trying to make this as accessible and affordable to as many people as we can. And our lineup, I see some of our people is here. Hi, LTB. And I think Ron Yacovetti will be watching at some point tonight too. He's also on the lineup. So we're super excited. Roger. So you want to talk about the headliners?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So if I tell you, we have the godfather of the paranormal and haunted things. Who am I talking about? What's the first person that comes to mind?
Well, it actually, I cheated on this question because
Well, wait,
people.
wait, wait. Let's time out. Let's see if anyone gets it. Let's see
Well,
if anyone gets it.
I'll give them another hint.
Okay.
Anybody who has watched my podcast and saw my birthday show on July 3rd, he was. I had 10 people in the StreamYard. He was one of them.
Yep.
He
Oh.
actually attended my birthday party on StreamYard.
I can't. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet him. He's one of the people that. Yep, Gwen, look at you. He's one of the few presenters that I have not met. Yes, that is John Zaffis. He is the nephew of Ed and Lorraine Warren and the Haunted Collector. And he, from what we understand, does not get out at paranormal events outside the East Coast very often. So coming here, I mean, wow, we're so excited. Now, linked to him, we also have, for the first time ever, all 4 members of the Warren Society will be here. We will have Joe Frankie, Bill Slevins, Father Ken Torres, Father Bob Bailey. All 4, the first time all 4 have ever been in one venue ever. They've never done a Paracon where all 4 are going to be there. So super excited. And they're going to talk about all their experiences. John is actually going to be speaking with them in free classes. There will be a free class. So right now at 5:00, both nights, Saturday and Sunday, that's a general Q&A with him and the Warren Society, just for everybody to be able to get access to him. So super excited. We have the wonderful, bright white, beautiful Patty Negri coming. The White Witch. I've met her before, and she's also someone that, if you've ever seen her on a show and how sweet she is, and just that gentle, sweet energy, that's her. Like, that's what you get with her.
Is she like that in person?
She is. There is no difference. She is just a beautiful woman, and I'm excited for her to come. And then someone that's also one of our featured speakers, and I've never seen this at a Paracon before, doesn't mean it's not happened, okay? I don't want anyone to think that it's never been done. I have no idea. One of my really good friends, she's from Canada. She's a pet psychic. Her name is Angel Morgan, and she is going to come teach us how to communicate with our pets.
Very cool.
And do animal spirits and do pet readings. And I'm trying to put together a special event for Sunday for her, where if you have a pet, you can come have her help read. And LTV, she's going to be talking. Letriana Terry Brown, she's going to be talking as well. Parapsychology, Sam Balatrus, he's going to be teaching a few classes. Ron Iacovetti and Lourdes Gonzalez, if you've not heard of them, go look them up. I think they call it the digital seance experience. They have a device, and it would be classified, I suppose, as an ITC device that does not transmit or receive any signals.
Mm-hmm.
It uses a type of spirit box technology that is based on only white noise. It's super cool. They're going to be doing some presentations about that. And then we have all of our local people. Voodoo Authentica here is going to be doing different voodoo panel and discussion, how to make your own gree bag. Hopefully, I don't know if they're going to set up to do readings or not. We're hoping that they do a voodoo ceremony to open or close the Paracon. We're not sure if they're going to do that or not. It would just be something real general. We have Marita Waywood Crandall is going to be speaking and participating in one of our special events. She is a local. If anyone wants to read her book, she is a historian and fiction writer on all things vampire. She has a book called Mosquito. I think she has Mosquito 2 out, as well as a few other books. And she owns one four businesses here. Go Marita. She has Boutique de Vampire, Vampire Cafe. I call it a gothic themed vampire restaurant and bar. Marita, if I'm wrong, correct me. The, the Vampire Apothecary, which to me is more a Victorian themed vampire place. And she's got a speakeasy above a jazz club on Bourbon that you need a password to get to, called Potion Speakeasy. So she's going to be talking. And I hope to be adding more local talents, because we do really want to showcase New Orleans too and all the haunty
Of
things.
course. That's what I've been trying to do with my podcast.
Yeah.
I've been sneaking in New Orleans as much as possible, trying to throw some hints and sell the city. I told Chris I was going to do this and try to sell the city and state what goes on, because New Orleans, Gail and I both are in love with the city.
Yeah.
Despite the parking issues. Gail's in there laughing in the living room. She heard me say that.
It's bad for locals too. It's hard for us too.
Yes, y'all have your own issues with parking, but it's such a fabulous city, and with paranormally, it's an absolutely amazing place just to even walk through. But to be able to go in some of the historic buildings, I got voices, some footsteps, a couple of little shadows I couldn't explain. The couple of nights I stayed at the St. Pierre.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, because that's near St. Peter #1 cemetery that was inside the rampart. What the rampart walls are inside the French Quarter. You know, there's people that have dug pools that found remains, and you can't move them, so they just proceed with the pool.
So you got a person buried. What, you got to just dig the pool around them, or how do they do it? Move the pool slightly?
I don't know how much they move it. I can't say for sure. I just know that the pool goes in anyway. If they edit the location or not, or how much, I got no idea. I don't want to misspeak, but yeah, there's a couple of pools that are kind of haunted. I mean, water too. Why not?
Mm-hmm. The movie Poltergeist comes to mind.
Oh, really? Why?
They were digging a pool in their backyard, and of course it was raining. The hole, there's no pool there yet, fills with water, and the wife falls into the open pit full of water, and it suddenly finds herself surrounded by skeletons.
Oh, geez.
And the actress got freaked out after that scene, because she found out that instead of using a plastic skeleton, they actually had found a real skeleton. And use that.
Oh, dear.
Yes, and she found out about that later and creeped out, because they had a really close scene. The skeleton had its kind of arms all over her, and they were face to lack of face, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
And she was thinking it was a piece of plastic. No, that was a real skull.
Oh my gosh. Oh, no. That had to freak her out. I mean, it's
Yes,
so
it
funny. It probably wouldn't have freaked me out, honestly.
It would freak me out jumping into a pool knowing a body's buried right next to it.
Really?
I would be nervous swimming at night, and I'm a notorious person. If I got a pool in the backyard or I'm visiting somebody, of jumping in the pool.
Lynn, did I lose you?
I think Len froze up a little bit.
I think he did. Hi, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you? You guys are having a great show so far.
Oh, I hope so. So are you coming to New Orleans?
It sounds like might be a possibility. I haven't been there yet.
We've got a hotel buyout. Right now, we've got how many? 3 different ghost hunts. One includes a cemetery scheduled so far. And then as we get more interest, we're going to add a few more locations on. So we're excited, you know, and people can bring their own equipment. I mean, have you done other Paracons where you do their ghost hunts?
Yeah, I've actually done one a couple times, and actually tomorrow night I'm going to the Sanctum of Souls.
Oh, where's that?
I'm going in with Eternal Paranormal, and it's up on the Quad City, up on the other side of the Quad Cities area. So I'll be going there. It's an old church. And I'll also go be visiting Annabelle tomorrow afternoon too at the Rock Island Roadhouse.
Tell Ryan we say hello. Father Bob's going to be at the Paracon. I hope people. So we've heard of some Paracons let you bring your equipment on their ghost hunts, and some don't.
Yeah.
Have you found that?
Yeah, some do, some don't. It just varies.
Yeah, us bring it. There's only one thing so far not allowed, and that's any talking stuffed animal. I don't want to call out the name brand of one very popular one, but talking stuffed animals, some of the spirits from like the 1800s, it flips them out. So far, that's the only thing we found that doesn't do anyone any good. Other than that, bring it. Bring your stuff. And we're going to have stuff for sale. I think we're going to get, if some vendors can't be there, we'll get some of their stuff shipped in and sell. So we'll have SLS cameras, XLS. I don't know if we're going to have an XLS camera. We'll have SLS cameras and a few other things that people don't bring. I know Mr. Brandon Cooper of Supernatural Inc., which I did not mention in our speakers. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Brandon, because he's going to be watching. He's going to be demonstrating some of their stuff, which I use. I use their MCOM spirit boxes, and I am waiting on my replacement ink box. So one a linear, one a random sweep. So I'm going to be teaching a class with him on unique techniques to use using ITC devices to elicit some very direct and intelligent responses using different techniques. So
that sounds cool.
If you watch any of our stuff, we do things real different. We play games with our spirits. I just started playing Would You Rather with them. Then we use a spirit box and a K2. We play blackjack. We play poker.
I've actually played poker with spirits at the Bell Mansion. That was interesting.
It works so well. I mean, and have you found that they cheat?
Mm-hmm. We actually put a REM pod between 4 of us and posted a light toward each of us at the 4. Yeah. And we were asking the spirits who was going to win, and it would light up that REM pod on who would win. It was crazy.
And they were right. So we'll have blackjack, and we'll have like the next card, either the down card of the dealer or the next card to be flipped up that's still face down. You know, could you tell us whatever card we're pointing to is? And they know. Mm-hmm. Even when we haven't looked at them. So you wonder, okay, now how do you see? And do you see through? And how do you stop at just one card? And my brain just went to so many places. So it's really kind of cool, especially when you get skeptics on. For us, we get a lot of skeptics. They can't argue that.
We've actually used little mini Tesla coils, and it almost sounds like they're talking like on Charlie Brown, where you can hear the syllables. If you listen close enough, they can actually talk over that Tesla when it sparks and arcs. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so we're super excited. I should share with you guys the website. They could go through it. But we're going to have a vampire panel.
That sounds cool.
And some people on the panel will be practicing vampires.
Cool.
And you can hear about that practice and how Hollywood it's been, and how inaccurate. Surprise. How entertainment value, I won't say inaccurate, how entertainment value Hollywood has made it to be when it's just not like that at all. So people will be able to basically have an interview with some vampires.
I'm waiting for Len to log. I told him to log back in. He must be having some major issues with his internet.
His internet. I'm surprised it's not us because I've been struggling all day
Oh,
with internet, and I thought, boy, just not right now, not today, not now.
the last 4 months I've been struggling really bad, and last night they actually put fiber optic in, so things are going good so far with mine right now.
You're so lucky. That you'd think that a place as business centric and tourist centric like the French Quarter would have fiber available to not only the businesses and the restaurants, but we don't. I'm surprised we don't still have dial up in the AOL tone. Honest with you.
Sometimes I'd almost take that dial up. It was more reliable than some of the regular internet at times.
Sometimes for sure. Sometimes for sure.
Let's see. I am going to resend him a link just to make sure he's got it here. I'll pop out. I'm going to pop right here real quick. Whoop.
Is it going to work? Is it going to work? We need the Jeopardy music.
On my page, on my StreamYard, I actually got that.
Seriously, we need some spooky Jeopardy music going on to see if one's going to be able to log back in.
Yeah.
The ghosts don't want us talking about it.
Yeah, I actually got that in my sound effects on my StreamYard section. Let's see here. I am going to send him this link again. So if he's up and running, he can come back in. Set this down. But yeah. So tell us a little more about the con. What got you guys into that? How do you get started into it?
Well, we've never done one before, so of course you have to start with one. And my husband Chris and I are two people that just says, okay, let's make this happen. But I think we've been kicking around doing it, didn't know how to do it. People said start small, and I said, okay, we were going to start a lot smaller than this. But I think really what kicked us into high gear was that event with Dalen last October, and seeing firsthand a sampling of the need for education. Even if it's proper ghost hunting techniques. Hi guys, don't provoke or else. And this stuff is real and this is what could happen to you. I have gifts. I don't know what they are. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to interpret them. Okay, this is an outlet. I don't know who to go to or who do I mentor? Who do I trust on the internet? Whose book should I read? Right? That's just what we've been seeing. And that's really kind of motivated us to do this. Hi, you. Welcome back.
Maybe he is back.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has happened to me before. I've talked about New Orleans before. Sometimes when I start talking about spirits, that happens. My internet completely went down and I had to completely reset it.
Wow.
That's all right. We got you covered, Len.
We've got it. Do you know what's funny? So we were talking to Father Bob Bailey, who's one of our guests from the Warren Society. My husband and I were talking to him about one of the demonic cases that we didn't take it. We stumbled upon it. I'll be honest with you. We did not think that's what we were walking into by any stretch of the imagination. Ended up getting the location certified for an exorcism through the New Orleans Archdiocese. And as we were talking about the detailed experiences we had over, I think, the 3 separate times that our group was there, I was only there twice. The phone kept cutting out and they kept dropping the call between each other. I don't know if it was Father Bob or Father Ken. It was like, they don't want us talking about him. But we were just, we were sharing a bunch of experiences. And I think that's one of the topics they're going to cover is, when you decide to be an investigator. So when you decide, okay, this is, for us, it's our career. This is how we make our living, right? The public hunts. We don't charge for private. So this is my living. But a lot of people, it's their hobby, right? And I'll be honest with you, it's one of the most dangerous hobbies you can have, in my opinion.
It can be.
Because you have no idea what you're walking into. Ever. Never. I could go to some of our other locations that we go to every night and I could still tell you there's something new there. And that's something that I think people need to learn is, we ask them, well, what's your cleansing ritual before and after? What's your protection ritual before? What's your cleansing ritual after? And I get deer in headlights sometimes. I thought, but you have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You choose to do this. You need to do it all. So and I know that's some of the things that they're going to cover, and we're going to help cover as well. Is we can't stop you from choosing this as a hobby. There's no idea. There's no way we can. We can't tell you no, don't do this, especially because we do it, right? But at the very least, we can give you some techniques and advice on how to keep yourself a little bit safer when you do it, and recognize when you're around something that isn't quite what you think. Kind of like happened to us at the two of the private cases we took early on in our career when we were gung-ho, we're going to catch this evidence, on that phase of investigating. And now we're not, because those two knocked us into reality pretty quick about the stuff you can encounter. So hopefully people will at least learn from our mistakes. I'm happy to tell everybody any mistake I've ever made on these, for sure. So hopefully that's something that people can take from this as well. If you're going to do it, by God, this is how you can keep yourself as safe and protected and as possible. And if you're not, because you can't really protect yourself from everything, I've had to have what I call shamanic clearing by one of our friends done at least twice.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why? I don't know that I did anything wrong. I just walked in the door. And there's just some things that no matter what you do are just going to stick to you. And you need someone else's help, but you have to recognize your own. You have to be very self-aware and saying, something's not right with me, right? I don't know if either of you have ever experienced some of that stuff where you're just like, something just got a hold of me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've dealt with attachments before and taken them away from people. And I've actually had shaman classes for the last 3 years now. Yep. And I've done Reiki as well. So, yeah, I know that feeling that you're talking about.
You just know. I had one of the spirits at the Andrew Jackson land. Did we talk to you about how priest followed me home and beat me up for a few months?
No, we did not discuss that until right now.
So so one of the things that we do, especially since we do go to location over and over and over again, is we feel one of our responsibilities is that if you need help crossing over and we can help you, we're going to try and we're going to do it, right? That's an important part of this. You're not here to perform for me and my group. If you feel like hanging out and socializing, great. If you say, I need help and I want to cross over, great, let's do that. And we had one, it took us 4.5 years to convince of this, one of the spirits, the Andrew Jackson Paul. And so as I was doing it, we had a spirit box running, and this energy there he wants to be called priest, was cussing me out. Stop it, you effing bees. Stop it, you effing bees. Stop it, stop it. And for about 4+ months after, I'd wake up every morning and my arms from my elbows down and my legs from my knees down felt like someone was just constantly punching me. Like had punched me all night, and I felt drained. And I wasn't right. I couldn't focus. I felt off. Went to an exorcist priest we're friends with. He did some work on me. Went to a voodoo priest, Papa Czar, who works at Voodoo Authentica. He's going to be at the Paracon. He gave me some things to do, and it just is almost like there's just one thing missing. So finally I did meditation and I could see what was doing it to me. And he disappeared during meditation, and I got this real hard electric shock in my arms. And I'm like, well, that's what you're doing to me every night. I'm just asleep. And so finally, I think since I kind of identified who it was, and that was where it was like, okay, no, you're not allowed to come here. You need to go because I've got more people to call if you don't stop. And then he just does not like me because I crossed that spirit over. And I always tell him, I tell you I'm sorry, but I'm not. I tell you I wouldn't do it again, but I will. I'm going to be here, so we're going to have to figure out how to play nice in the sandbox.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't, I'm not going anywhere. So, no matter what you do, stuff can follow you home, right?
Yep, it can. It definitely can.
Yep. You remember I was in Chicago for 14 years. I got followed home several times. In my intro, you saw the spirit from Bachelor's Grove, the child. She followed me home, and that was interesting since I had no experience with children, and there I have somebody that died at 11 months and 4 days old roaming around the house.
Oh wow! We generally
also
don't
got followed home by a. Yeah, I got followed home by a prostitute. Once, also in the intro, it shows the Irish Legend. That used to be a whorehouse in Speakeasy run by Frank Capone. And I had a little bit of overzealous prostitute follow me.
We were at the Hotel Provincial one night, and I had this, I can split people up in that location. We can't in most. And there's one room that always laughs. No matter what I do, there's someone's going to be laughing. And I walked in, I thought, what's going on? What's so funny? And apparently one of the prostitutes from Gallatin Street from the 1800s had made her way back and was asking this young man to take his wallet out.
Show me the money.
I know. All I could sit back and think was, got to applaud the work ethic, my dear. And what's going to happen next? Like, how's it going to play out? I'm just going to sit back and watch because I don't know what's going to happen next. So, here's Ken Torres. Hello, Father Ken. Nice to see you. He's going to be one of our speakers. He's listening too. Yeah. We were lucky enough to be invited to be a part of his Nautical Nightmares in San Francisco. We met him and Father Bob and Joe Franken. Man, we had a fun time. We got to spend the night on the USS Hornet, which was it was pretty intense.
That's the aircraft carrier, correct?
That is, and we played blackjack there too with Father Bob, and got some real fun results. Chris was playing Great Balls of Fire and some Elvis songs, and you saw spirits dancing to it. So yeah, we had a wonderful time with those guys. And Sam Baltrusis was there with his friend Heidi. I hope I think that's right. So yeah, that was a good time.
Sam Baltrusis is a great guy. I look forward to talking to him again.
I had been looking forward to meeting him. He had invited me to a Paracon on the East Coast a couple of years ago when I was on Haunted by History. It's these girls from Canada that came down here and did a show with us at the Provincial, and they were going to be at his Paracon, and I couldn't go. I think it was right in the middle of like a trip and private hunts and stuff like that. So I'm really glad we got to meet him out in San Francisco and spend time with him. That was fun.
I did. I have got a chance to meet him. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, and so smart. So I sent you guys a link to the website if you maybe wanted to show it, so people can take a look at the schedules and stuff of what we have. Now, classes are subject to change. Speakers are subject to change their topics. But as of right now, this is kind of what we've got. Hello, Gwen. Aw. Yeah, Father Ken's awesome. Father Bob actually had to lay hands on me and on that ship because I was getting affected by something I couldn't shake off. So just by sitting there. And Sam said that when he walked in, it took a while before he could walk onto the ship because there was something that was holding him back and made him feel kind of icky. So there was a lot of stuff. I'm pretty sure that Sam and Heidi and I, which we were all separate, we came back together the next day. And because I kept asking when I was with Father Kid and Bob, like, is there, like, would they have allowed dogs here? Because I feel like this golden retriever kind of dogs running around the ship, which seemed a little weird, but maybe not. I mean, I don't know. It was a World War II aircraft carrier. I don't know. And it's funny, Heidi and Sam were doing a seance downstairs, other end of the ship, and they said they had the same thing. They had a dog like that come through that they said was running around.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's just kind of interesting that I'm like, oh, good, I feel better. I'm not making this up at all.
Well, one thing I haven't mentioned to you, Chris says that I'm going to be podcasting the entire Paracon.
That is the rumor. I had forgotten
If
about that. Thank you for reminding me. I hope.
also, I'm willing to sit there wherever I'm sitting, podcasting. If anybody wants to come up there and talk to me, that's fine. I would love to get Sam Pertus and some of the others to come up there and talk for a little bit. But I'll also be doing a few EchoVox sessions. If somebody wanted to come up and learn how to use EchoVox, I'd be glad to show them.
Now, are we kicking around the idea of you live broadcasting parts of some of the ghost hunts that we're going to do?
Chris mentioned it. I'm not sure the logistics of doing that because to podcast live, of course, I need live internet.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can do that though. The Voodoo House may be the most difficult. We'd have to have a hotspot there. The Andrew Jackson should not be a problem. The cemetery, if people are there, would be a hotspot. So we could probably figure it out as long as the cell reception stayed good. I mean, obviously, we can't guarantee anything's going to happen. I'll come talk. There you go. Brandon's going to come talk to you. There you go. Obviously, we can't guarantee anything's going to happen.
Right.
But
this is the paranormal. You can't guarantee anything.
And I like to remind people, you don't like every living person you've met either. That doesn't mean the dead have to like you or talk to you, you know. But if you come across as like the fun and a little jokey, and then once you get it comfortable, then you can start maybe asking some personal questions. And I guess that's just kind of our style is, you know, let's have a little fun, let's everyone relax, you know, with the living and the dead, and then let's ask some, you know, why are you here? Why are you still here? Do you want to tell us something about? It seems to kind of lighten the mood. So hopefully, if we just become the most fun people in New Orleans to be around, the dead people will say, these people are cool. I'm going to come talk to them. Right?
Yeah, most definitely.
So, if you guys want to show, I think Len, I sent it to you, the link. If you want to show some of the classes before we.
Did you send it to me? Because with my internet jumping up and down, I didn't go over there and find it on Facebook.
I sent it to you. I don't know if I could send it to Sean, but I'm going to try.
Okay, let me look. Let me look. My Facebook is at least opening. What's happening? This is why I don't have a regular show on Fridays, because there's everybody's off working, they're gaming around here.
That's funny. And I live in a cinder block building.
This is why I have a Thursday night show later.
All right, I think Sean, I think I sent it to you.
All right, I'm going to drop out and go get it, and I'll be right back.
I live in
Okay.
So the building we live in the French Quarter is cinder block, right? So it's not much square footage, and I still have problems from my end to my place to another keeping internet. So I totally get it. But again, so for everybody that's joined
Okay.
or just joined, New Orleans Paracon 2026, July 31st through August 2nd, Crown Plaza, the edge of the French Quarter in New Orleans. Friday night is a VIP meet and greet with vendors and our guest speakers and the 2 top packages. There'll be a balcony overlooking Bourbon Street. We're going to try to get some beads for y'all to throw. There's going to be an hour early access to the vendor area. You know, something I've heard from some people that have attended these events is that, and again, not everyone, that sometimes the speakers don't get to walk around and see the vendors. And so we thought, what a great idea to open them up the day before the show opens, an hour before our reception, for the speakers to not have to man their booths. They can go look at the vendors. The 2 top packages go look at the vendors, and then for an hour, and then everyone go meet each other. So we're going to do that for everybody. And this balcony is, I think, one of the largest in the French Quarter. So it's going to be amazing. Then we'll start Saturday at 9 a.m. 9 to 10 is just the vendor area. There won't be any classes. Just let everyone visit vendors and speakers. And then 10 to 5 solid, we'll have free classes and paid classes for everybody every day. So there'll be an opportunity to pay for that. Again, the packages start for 2 people and a king room for 3 days and 2 nights at the Crown Plaza start at $300 total, not per person, total for 2 people, total for the room. Tax you have to pay at the hotel. There'll be an estimate online. You have access to the vendor area, all general admission classes. And then if you just want to a la carte some classes and a couple of ghost hunts and then have time to go see the city, there you go. It's like the perfect package for you. And then there'll be some weekend passes and day passes that'll just have access to the vendor area and the free classes. So I think they're going to be allowed to buy the paid classes, but unless you're staying at the host hotel right now until it fills up, we're not going to open up the ghost hunts to anyone outside people staying at the hotel. I'm not saying we won't. And we're going to take a wait list. So if the ghost hunts start to fill up and we need to find some more spaces, sign up for the wait list. You know, the more we get tells us more and what we need. Is, you know, there are other locations we can go to, but unless we show a ton of interest for people to ghost hunt, then, you know, we're going to stick with what we have. But we do have the ability to expand. We will have, I believe it's one of the local and oldest tour companies here who's going to help us with our cemetery ghost hunt. I believe they may be there. So if you want to take a haunted pub crawl or a true crime tour, something like that, one of the nights, or sign up for a night after the Paracon, they'll be there to help you sign up for all that stuff, a city tour, all those things. So you'll be able to really one-stop shop at the Paracon. Again, I will have Afterpay hopefully available in less than a week. So that's like, what are those similar services, Len? Like, what is it? Klarna, buy now.
PayPal.
Yeah, like a buy now, pay later. So,
Right.
you know, some of the top package, so our top platinum package starts at $1,500, but that again is for 2 people total, not per person, 2 people. And that includes access to everything. There are a few things to add on. We do have an add-on that has to be purchased separately. That is a weekend with Patty Negri and Sam Baltrusis.
That's
And
amazing.
those are events, all inclusive, Saturday and Sunday. You get access
Here
to
we go.
every single, oh, there we go. So these are the classes. I'll talk about Patty's thing in a second. We're super excited. So you see our class schedules: Discover Your Spirit Animal with Angel Morgan, our lovely pet psychic. Anyone who hasn't heard of her, please go look her up. She is one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met. Ron and Lourdes are going to be here. We're going to be talking with Mr. Brandon Cooper of Supernatural Inc. And we're going to be talking about ITC devices and some of the devices that Supernatural Inc. Does. We'll have vampire panel, a voodoo panel, gree bag and workshop. For those of you who don't know what a gree bag is, it is effectively a protection pouch based on herbology and a few other and a few other practices. So John Zaffis and the Warren Society, again, if you see that under general admission, yes, I'm not kidding. Everyone who has a package ticket to this will get to the opportunity to get in line and get in there. Obviously, we have capacity issues. So the more interest, the bigger the room. And then we'll do it again on Sunday. And so that's the whole schedule. The add-on for Patty and Sam, which is $500 per person. It's the only thing, the add-on experience are per person. That is every single paid class of Patties that you want to go to, you're in. You then get on Saturday night dinner included at the Vampire Apothecary with Sam and Patty. And you get to do a gallery reading and then an intuitive ghost hunt with the two of them. So your whole day and evening is with Patty and Sam. And then Sunday, attend any of Patty's classes. And then you get to go to a private meet and greet at Potion Speakeasy that's owned by Marita, who's the owner of Potions and Vampire Apothecary. You get another meet and greet, and that is on Bourbon Street. It has a balcony overlooking Bourbon Street, and it's above a jazz club that's super cool. So if you are a Patty and Sam fan and or Sam fan, that's like the ultimate Patty Negri experience. And she might be bringing around a special guest. I will announce that in the coming months as to who or maybe what that might be. So we do have more coming. And we have more locals coming as well. We haven't announced every single local yet. So we'll have more coming too.
Okay, I have a few questions.
Sure.
One, the hotel. All these packages, does that include the room?
Yes. All
And
three packages that is not a general admission or a weekend pass include the room for two people. Every single one is two people. The RIP, which is more of our a la carte, you can add 2 queen beds and fit up to 4 people. And there is an additional charge for person number 3 and person number 4, which includes your pass to the Paracon and your room charge. So every single package, I want people to understand all the 3 packages, the platinum, VIP, RIP, are all for 2 people total, not per person, 2 people.
And
So
they don't have to be married. It can be me and Bob come in there. We get a room together and we get this at the same price that a married couple would.
yes.
Okay,
I don't think $300, $150 a person plus hotel tax, not a bad deal. 3 days.
But that's actually a very good deal.
Now these
especially
are
at a place like this. What's some of the history of the place?
Of the Crown Plaza?
Yes. How old is it?
I don't know the age of the hotel. I should have looked that up. I would say early 1900s. I mean, it's been remodeled, but the building itself is rather old. So where it is on Canal Street, when you cross Canal in New Orleans, the street names change. If you ever realize that. Royal becomes St. Charles, right? All the street names change because what we call the neutral ground, a lot of places call the medium. We call the neutral ground because where the Crown Plaza was the locals' French, Spanish section, and across Canal was what was called the American sector. And they didn't always get along, so they met at neutral ground to settle battles. Is this still live? I don't know, Ken. Is it? I don't know.
It's still out because I just posted in there.
We're still live.
So it is a historic. It is technically on the edge of the French Quarter, but it's considered in the French Quarter.
Right.
And it has
Isn't there a streetcar or a trolley that goes up and down Canal Street?
Yes, there is a streetcar. So I encourage people that if you don't need to bring a car to not, there's only one package that includes parking, and parking can be expensive, but we do have some affordable options if someone wants to reach out and find out they have to bring a car. I understand vendors may need to bring a vehicle, so we can work around that. You can also ship stuff to the hotel. But New Orleans, it's made to walk.
Yes,
It is
very
made
much
to
so.
most of the events, I know it's going to be a little warm, but most of the events going to be inside. There's a restaurant that's attached to the hotel called Bourbon House. There's some people know it as Crystal Burgers. It's called Crystal Tavern here because they have alcoholic beverages, because of course they do. And there's another restaurant across the street called Redfish Grill. There's one on Canal. There's fried chicken shops, and there's plenty of food to eat around the area. And the only time you're really going to get out is at night to go to the events, to the ghost hunts. So, and they're within 7 or 8 French Quarter blocks. And when the blocks are short, they're not a true residential block.
Right.
Right. So what I would call, what here would be called 10 blocks would be it's somewhere else a half a mile.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of give people an understanding of the walkability. And then we have the street cars, things like that. So you can really get anywhere you need to go without a car.
The French Quarter is not that big.
No, 13 by 7, 13 by 6 blocks. So it just depends where you start and end. But it is not that big. Not at all. No, it's not. And super active. We've had a lot of psychics here that I've had to prepare for the heaviness of the energy here. It's intense.
Yes.
It's very intense. So if you do have abilities and you're coming, I'm preparing you.
Yes. You got to be prepared like I was.
Yeah.
You've got to, if you go in there with an open mind, something's going to jump in your mind with you. I would just like give you that guarantee in New Orleans. You got to be able to say, "Uh-oh, I feel pressure." Boom, and put up a brick wall is what I think about.
Yeah. Yep. But you know what? It can be fun. Our spirits are funny. A lot of the places that we go to, our spirits are funny, and we keep that kind of when we do our hunts there and our investigations and bring people there, we want to keep that kind of energy. There's no reason to go negative or serious. If they want to go serious and need help, we go serious, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, let's have fun until they say, okay, now I need to talk to you about something. And then we say, okay, what do you want to talk about? What is it you have to say? But if we keep the energy light, then it stays light, right? And that's so this is more of the lighter side. You're going to learn some different techniques, especially because we're very odd in what we do, but it works. So why not?
Yeah, there's Brandon offering cleansing. That can be important. That's not a minor thing, Brandon.
No, I might need it by the end of the week. I might.
Now, let me ask you this. You said the other tour group will be helping you out and may be available, on Friday night, or somebody want to stay over to Monday?
So we are working with partnering with one of the local tour companies that offers more than what we just do, because we really just do the one thing, the ghost hunts, right? We could do a walking tour and all of their stuff, but why? Everyone does that. And we're trying to partner with one in particular, and we're hoping to have them have a booth where people can book any of their tours, which is like a haunted pub crawl, a traditional walking tour with stories, maybe a true crime and vampire. We might have another company there if you want daytime tours outside the Paracon days that you want to do, like a city bus tour and have someone run you around, stop at Cafe Du Monde, stop at St. Louis number 3, do something like that. We'll have some museums there. The Storyville Museum is one we're going to try to work with, which is a museum dedicated to the legal red light district we had here in the early 1900s, and the the significance of New Orleans in gambling that we have, because most of the gambling that people do in casinos started here. So
that's why the Superdome has the new name like that.
Yes, Caesars. Well, what a lot of people don't know is that because of our proximity to the Mississippi, you think, oh, tell me where you think poker started.
I have no clue.
Here.
On riverboats, I'm thinking maybe.
No, it was here. So the French,
And
when we were
spread on the riverboats. Yeah.
right, the French brought us roulette. The Spanish actually are who brought us what we call poker now. It was a 5-card game called Polka. And then it did spread up the Mississippi, probably through river boats and other things, and then out to the west from here. And then craps, the game of craps was invented here. It's actually based on a dice game that Bernard de Marigny learned in England when he was studying business. He changed a bunch of the rules. I was saying clearly added a lot. Have you ever seen a craps table? And taught people how to play here. But he thought he changed the rules so he could take his friend's money and ended up gambling his family's fortune away. So one of the original craps tables from Bernard de Marigny is in the Storyville Museum. So craps was invented here. So we were Sin City gambling wise before Vegas was ever the glimmer in a gangster's eye, right?
There you go.
So, I mean, we're just so much significance here to these things. And then, you come with that, you then comes with brothels, and then comes with partying, and then comes with all these other things that end up in sometimes ghosts being made, and
Yes. Oh, a lot of people passed away in New Orleans. New Orleans has been there for a long time. You had the mosquito-borne diseases and all of the other stuff that people having crowded conditions, especially when you're as close to water as New Orleans is.
yeah,
The swamps and mosquitoes. You have a lot of people pass away.
yeah.
There's a lot of dead folks in New Orleans.
There is, and even though we were officially founded in 1718, which is just meant when the streets were laid out, the French settlers landed here in 1699, and one brother stayed here. Bienville and Iberville went back to France. Well, Bienville was supposed to receive supply shipments from France.
Never got there.
18 years of on his own. They never got here. And so it was about 18 years. So, and they buried the people that had passed in what they called the back of the city. Well, as the city grew, the back became something else. And those that had passed before sometimes weren't moved.
Yeah, there may be houses or businesses built on those people now.
Yeah, somebody's courtyard.
Somebody's swimming pool.
Yeah, someone's swimming pool. Why not? Well, because the Lalaurie Mansion, that's one place people come here a lot to see.
Everybody wants to see that place.
It's a residence, people. The residents here will never, ever allow the zoning to be changed to become a tourist attraction, because there's walking tours out to tell the story in front as it is. And I've told them, and I think it's good because people want to hear it, right? And you can tell the accurate story. But when we launch our podcast in a couple of weeks, it's one thing I'm going to cover is the what we can actually prove about that woman. And there was no proof she did what Hollywood said she did. I'm not saying she didn't. I'm just saying there's no concrete proof she did. And at some point during the remodeling of that house, because it was originally a 2-story, it's a 3-story now, the gallery's wider, they found bones in the courtyard. But at that point, there weren't carbon dating. You couldn't even necessarily tell male from female, all those things. And so you really couldn't tell, were they a cover up from what may have been going on in that house, or had they been there because no building had been constructed on that since 1831. So think about it, 1699 to 1831. Could other people have been buried there because that was the back of the city? Sure, it's possible. But do we know? No, we don't.
No, you can't prove it.
You cannot prove it. So, but that's something on these other experiences. If that's something they want to do and extend their vacation, then there's other things to do. And there is an offering of keeping your rate that's included in your price, keeping that same discounted rate for people who want to come in longer. They want to come in Thursday, stay to Sunday, any combination. There are ways to extend your stay and keep that discounted rate at the Crown Plaza, so you don't have to check out. So you can do a little bit longer.
Well, I discussed that specifically with Chris for a while, and maybe why he's saying that now.
Yeah.
Because I said Gail and I will probably come down Thursday,
Yeah. And that's one of the days you can extend. Yep.
and we might stay through Monday night.
Yep.
Now, on the other tour group, if somebody comes in, and you're going to have people coming in on Friday all day long.
Yep.
If they get there, say at noon, and they want to go someplace for lunch, come back in. The room's not ready yet, but they're holding the luggage there at the hotel. Is that tour group available for some kind of daytime tours, a bus tour, a daytime walking tour?
There will be the availability of that, and we can provide that information via email to the people that are registered for the Paracon, on as long as you have do the package with the room
Right.
at the hotel. So as we get closer and things are a little bit more concrete, then any reminder, and there'll be reminder and update emails. So anyone who books, please check your email, please, please enable text notifications. It's not for a spam. It's for hey, an update was just emailed to you about the Paracon you just booked. Go check your email, right? That's
right.
It's not for anything else, okay? So as we get closer, if we add on events, if there's more opportunities for other things, we're going to be sending out texts and emails. So please make sure you opt into text messages, and no, it is not to spam you for anything other than this is what's going on for your reservation. Check your email. That's it. That's all it's for. And we're going to have some fantastic merchandise. We have a local artist that designed our logo behind me. And so he's going to be helping us with some cool merch as well for people. And then for our top 2 packages, there'll be a swag bag, and we're working on some fun stuff to go in there too. So very excited about
very, very cool. You got to have the merch,
Yeah.
which includes, coolies, you name it. You gotta have that. A nice
really
hat,
wanna
kind of like
work
I
on-
got.
One thing I want to work on, I cannot guarantee it's going to happen because I haven't ordered it yet, is in New Orleans, there's a thing called a Go Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So since we can take our beverages to go from establishments, I would like to make sure that we have those available for purchase and in the bags. That's a logo Go Cup, so you can take it throughout the city and have your beverages, your water, your Cokes, or whatever you purchase.
Your grenades.
Go. Your what? Your grenades. It will be the size. So if you don't get the signature grenade glass that they have a Go Cup size for their, and
Right.
so it'll be at least that big. So you can't fit your grenade in there, your drink grenade.
Oh, what you do, you just guzzle some of it when they give it to you and pour it in a smaller cup.
There you go. Whatever works. Whatever works.
Well, that covers a lot, because people that are coming in Friday morning are going to have things to do. Now, one question: what about the people? Because Gail is on a roller walker,
Mm-hmm.
and if somebody like that, now she's not going to participate in any of the ghost hunts. She doesn't do that kind of thing. But let's say somebody is on a walker and can't walk what you and I would think would be a short distance,
Right.
to one of the events. Is there going to be somebody there, kind of there, or somebody who can contact them where they may need an Uber, a cab, or have you still got the college kids down there on the little trikes?
We do. There are the bike taxis. We have not talked to any of them yet. We don't provide transportation to any of the offsite events. The entire Paracon itself has elevators. It's on one floor. So anyone with any mobility issues should not have an issue. I do want to remind people that the French Quarter is a historic neighborhood. They are not required to be ADA accessible. However, some places have made accommodations, right? The Andrew Jackson has a few stairs you'd have to go up and come down. you could still on the buyout do the ground floor rooms, the closet, etc., and have no issue. You would just have issue climbing the stairs to go to the second floor. The Voodoo House, narrow carriageway, a bump over the gate, 2 steps. That's it. So where else were we going? Oh, the cemetery ghost hunt. That's by a bus. I would have to check with them on whether or not the bus has a lift for anyone in a chair. If they don't, then they would just need someone to assist them in getting up the bus stairs. They could collapse the chair and get on. So we encourage anyone with any kind of mobility issues to reach out to us. There's an info at neworleansparacon.com. You can call or text us at the phone number on the site as well. We encourage you to do that before you book. So we can address those and make those phone calls beforehand for you. Because I don't want, I'm going to remind everyone, this stuff's non-refundable, like every other Paracon out there. You buy, that's it. So before you spend your money, if you've got those issues, please reach out to us and we will do our best to accommodate anyone that we can. I will say, I'm going to address service animals. Some of the places we go to are private businesses. And for example, the Voodoo House is a home business with animals on property. So bringing another animal in a space like that would not be good because the resident animal does not do good with other animals. Does that make sense? So anyone, it's not that we're saying no, I'm saying it would be a very bad situation simply because it is a home and a residence, right? And then you have people with allergies. So I just want anyone that's in that situation to please consider those things before maybe thinking you could bring service animals on the experiences. I'd encourage you to reach out to us beforehand as well and see what would be the most comfortable for everyone involved, including their animal, really.
Exactly.
You
don't want an animal fight there in the middle of a ghost hunt.
No, and you don't want 2 of them going bananas, or at least or just even the resident animal going bananas either. And that's not fair. So I'd encourage people to reach out as well for that.
And if you have an animal allergy, it's a good thing you brought that up. I hadn't thought of it. You might want to take your allergy pill if you have an animal allergy before you go to the Voodoo House.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, the Andrew Jackson is dog friendly.
Yes, it is.
I can't control that. So if someone had stayed in a room before we get there that had an animal, I won't know.
It's also ghost friendly.
It is ghost friendly. And sometimes they have a house cat that shows up, a living one that shows up in the courtyard. I've had some people, one lady with a cat, like a true phobia cat. I thought she was going to crawl out of her skin. So, so that's
the cat is friendly. I wouldn't try to pick it up, but the cat will take a pet.
Yeah. Well, if it's Andrew, most people can pick him up if he doesn't jump on his lap, and he has a tendency to jump on the people's laps that are allergic to him.
Been there and done that.
Yeah, it's just what he does. I can't control it. You might sit down and boom, cat lap. I can't control that.
If anybody watched the movie Superman,
the dog,
the dog, the way Crypto did Lois Lane when she sat down, that's what that cat will do to you. You sit down. It doesn't matter if you got a ghost meter in your hand or ghost box or just a camera. You got to be careful. That cat will be in your lap.
Yep. He wants to help. So there's 2. And I think they're both male orange cats. So, but they're pretty friendly. So the quarters of it's an animal. It's a dog friendly. We have colonies of cats here because of rodents. They help keep them under control. So that's the city, and that's what it is. And it's cool, but if you have allergies, it can become not as cool. So bring some medicine.
And I will warn everyone, when you're walking in the quarter, anywhere in the quarter, do not step in the puddles, especially if you know it has not rained in a few days.
Now we call that not the water.
Not the water. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but nobody knows.
There's not a shot
Don't
out
step
there
in it.
that'll cure whatever it is in that, not the water, that if you step in it with an open cut, it's no. I don't care if you're up to snuff on tetanus. No,
You still need to go to the hospital.
you might. You might. You might grow an extra toe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't step in the puddles.
that's why I say do not step in the water puddles anywhere in the quarter.
No puddles.
Watch where you're stepping. Watch your back, and for God's sake, do not bet the locals on where your shoes are.
Oh. This is true.
That is a
Do you want to
little
know
bit
what
of a local
should
scam.
we tell everyone what the answer to that question is?
Go ahead.
The answer is I got my shoes on my feet in New Orleans, Louisiana. That's the answer. They ask you, I can tell you where you got your shoes. The answer is I got my shoes on my feet in New Orleans, Louisiana. But people think it's like the store. That's not. And
Right.
then
People say Walmart or Nike. I bought
yeah,
it from Nike store or whatever they got them.
there's another one about how many kids some relative of yours has. How many kids your daddy has, or your daddy had? How many kids did your daddy have? I can tell you how many kids your daddy had. You want to know what the answer to that is?
Go ahead.
None. Mama had them.
A little bit of New Orleans humor. Don't get caught.
Nope. You're going to bet them $5. They're going to be taking you $5 from you.
These
No,
guys
that
are very good, and
They
they can be walking down the street and they'll make a beeline for somebody who, for some reason, known to them only, they know you've never been there before.
a lot of times they come to me and Chris will be like, man, I'm local. That's all we say, man, I'm local. And then they leave us alone.
That's the way to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I had them my first couple of visits there, but when I came with Gail, one guy the first time we were down there, and that's it. I guess they saw me enough.
They're like, yeah, no, I remember this guy. You might. I haven't been approached by them in a while, but I don't walk around quite as much. I've been in front of a computer this last week, so
Yes.
gee, I wonder doing what.
Yeah, I wonder doing what. I'm in front of a computer a lot of times too. I'm either in front of my desktop, which you can see behind me, right there. You see what I got on my desktop, or I'm in front of my laptop here. One other thing, everybody wants to know about Marie Laveau.
Yeah.
She was a former hairdresser. That's where she got her power from.
She got
If
her
you want to
money.
get on her, do what?
She got her money from it.
Mm-hmm. And she also picked up on all the local gossip from the haves because she was one of the best hairdressers in town in her day.
Yeah.
If you want to get on her good side, if you go on a tour of the cemetery where her tomb is, bring something or pull something out of your hair. She will consider that a tribute.
Yeah. They don't
I've got a ponytail. Just if you got one like me, just pull the little thing out, drop it right there by her tomb. Don't mark on that daggum tomb. I'm tired of seeing all that crap.
Well, post COVID, they won't let you leave stuff there anymore.
They won't.
No, they won't.
Wow.
People now leave it at the site where her home used to be, which is one of the private investigations we did. We're the only team ever allowed in there. That place was crazy pants.
Imagine.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So I encourage you to, if you're interested in Marie Laveau, I encourage you to attend the Voodoo panel and listen and ask them about her. You will be completely shocked at the truth versus Hollywood. She was, and people get her and her daughter confused. Marie II was her daughter, who was more into voodoo than Marie was. Marie was a devout Catholic.
Yes.
Her obituary was written in the New York Times. Most people don't know that. That's how beloved she is in, I don't even want to say was, she is in this city. So I encourage you to ask the voodoo people in the panel. It's one on each day, and it's free. It's a free class. Ask them about her. She's extremely important to us here. Very important.
She's a very nice person. She has appeared to me before, and we have spoken. She's very kind to me. There is something about Gail may be a distant relative.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Well, Gail's family is from Louisiana.
Oh, really?
When they were freed, they came up here to Arkansas. Because you remember, we're only an hour 20 north of the border.
Oh, really?
Yes. Chris knows exactly where we are. The local hotel several years ago when we first got here was sold. The sign out front changed. Chris was one of the ones that worked on the sale.
Huh.
So Chris has actually been where we live.
Oh, yeah. Back when he was hotel sale. Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I don't doubt that for a second. Yep. Yep.
Their family came up, and this is as far as they got. Now, Gail's parents ran off. They got together and ran off to Chicago and got married. That's why I lived in Chicago for 14 years, and Gail's from Chicago.
Okay.
But her roots, both her parents are from here in southern Arkansas, and specifically her father's family, when the slaves were freed, came up from Louisiana. Okay. In fact, most people in this area are from Louisiana because they came up to escape either their former slave masters when slavery was ended, or a lot of the whites came up here fleeing Catholicism. Because this is a very anti-Catholic area, very Protestant.
I know, I lived there.
So you know what I speak of.
And I'm a confirmed Catholic. And yes, I know. I lived up there. We did not tell people this.
Right. So that's where this area is kind of from. So there is something about his father or her father being related.
Oh, interesting.
To her because his family was down there in all that mess. They were. He was down. His family was down there during her time, and of course the daughter's time.
Yeah. Well, Laveau is the father's name, not her mom's.
Right.
Laveau is the father who is white.
What was her name?
Her mom's. But you catch me if I was lying. I know when Marie was alive, effective husband, only husband because they couldn't get married then, was Lapion. So mom's name would have been Laveau. I'll be honest. Traditionally, it would have been because of slavery. Most of the people that were owned in slavery were given the last name of the person that claimed ownership over them. So that's how a lot of those names came to be. So native last name, I've got no idea. But it makes sense historically that her mom also would have been given, whether she wanted it or not, the last name of Laveau. Right.
Of course, Gail's father's family was Thomas.
Yeah.
Which is very generic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And doesn't count for any of the women on that side of the family.
Yeah.
Like I said, we believe there's a distant relation.
There could be. There could be.
Now, on my last night's show, if you look at the two banners, both of them have Marie Laveau's descendants. Her family tree is listed on both of those. And her picture's on one of them.
A picture, yeah.
Yes. So if anybody wants to talk about her, go to the voodoo? Is that going to be Saturday and Sunday, or just Saturday, or your voodoo
Hang on.
panel?
I'm trying to block my cat from walking on my keyboard right now. The voodoo panel, he's like, you're not paying attention to me. I'm over you. It's good. So there's going to be a voodoo panel right now, 2:00 on Saturday and 3:00 on Sunday. So it will be a free panel to all GA. Obviously, it's going to be first come, first serve. So
Is the room full? The room's full.
the room's full. The room's full. Yep. We do have the ability to make some of the rooms larger. And so there's a possibility, I'm not going to say 100%, that if day one, the voodoo panel is in a room that is, still has a line out the door, that maybe day two, we could talk to the event planner at the hotel and see if we couldn't move it to another room. I can never guarantee that. But that's one of the reasons we chose the Crown Plaza, is because of their ability to expand. How much notice they need is going to be still a concern. Did they book something else? Which I doubt, because we chose the time of year that we chose because it's the most economical to travel here, because it is a little warm. But that's why we tried to find a place where you don't have to go outside very much.
Right. Now, I will warn everybody, this time of year, which is the last day in July and the first day in August, when you pass away and you go to the wrong place, that's cool compared to New Orleans at the end of July and the 1st of August.
It can be, but here's the thing: the hotel's got a pool. So
that's which is where you're going to find me if I'm outside.
Yeah, hotel's got a pool. You're fine. You're gonna be just fine. It's got air conditioning on the inside and a pool on the outside. You're good.
Of course, I could be podcasting from the pool.
You all right?
I will save everybody's eyesight and wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn is going to see if the pool is haunted. 3, 2, 1, go. It's elevated, so probably no dead people directly under the pool.
Right. That one's what is on the second floor?
It's open air, so I don't know if it's rooftop or not, but yeah, they do have a pool, so we're good. There's lots of ways to keep warm or keep cold. Keep warm. Oh,
there's a very good way to keep warm. Walk out the front door. If you've never felt 98 degrees and 98% humidity, go outside in New Orleans on August 1st.
Yeah. Well, again, that's why we've got it all inside, and that's why the outside events aren't until late. So, and all of those, thank God, other than the cemetery, has air conditioning. And if you find an air conditioned cemetery that's outside, show me. So,
the only way to do that. The only way to do that is find you a cold spot that a spirit is producing and get them to follow you around.
I guess that's the coldest part of the outside you can be in, is the cemetery, right? No, it's in the cemetery. Ghost hunt doesn't start till 9 p.m. So by then, you're going to be all right. It's going to be fine. So
I'll send them to give you a hug, Glenn.
Because I've been to New Orleans in the summertime, and it is it's awesome. Of course, it's great planning on your part. I know it's kind of an insider that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Because I was watching a video just last night on New Orleans, and say there's only a 2-month break between special events, and that's July and August.
Yep.
And you're having your special event right in the middle of this lull session.
Right.
So
right.
the traffic on Bourbon Street or on Canal Street should be a little bit less than what it normally would be, like now, because everybody's wanting to go to New Orleans in October.
Right. And families that still are on summer break, they can still come. I will say that as far as children, the ghost hunts do have age restrictions. And so if you've got under 12 to call us, and we'll let you know if and what they can do. But as far as the classes and stuff, I would just say as long as they're able to have the inside or quiet voice during the classes and stuff, and there's only one ticket price. We haven't broken it out. So, if people are wondering about their kids, because we get kids on our tours, but we have an age restriction on ours, which we want to keep consistent with the age of reason. And I'd like to raise it, to be honest with you. Because I was a parent when kids under X8 free, boy, mine was that top age for about 2 years. So I'm just letting you know, we've all done it.
But two, you never know what a spirit's going to say. I have no idea how many echo box sessions I've done over the years, because I was one of the first people in the United States to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done unknown numbers of ghost box sessions. You never know what a spirit is going to say.
And you have to be able to communicate to somebody as well as understand when you don't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
And that it could be possibly more than I think I got a little bug versus I think a spirit is affecting me. And so if anyone's got kids under, like I said, under 12, I'd sit back and think about that first. I don't care how many shows they watch,
Right. Yeah. That's when you may need to call on Brandon Cooper.
Yeah.
After the ghost and make sure you're clean. He's offering you services. He said, I'll offer cleansing if you need it. That's just a few posts to go in the chat room. So I would say having Brandon Cooper around on the same ghost hunt you're on, one, that's a privilege. Two, he can come in handy.
He can. Well, Father Ken and Father Bob can do their
Same
own
story.
We've got and then we've got the voodoo clearing, and then we've got a lot of clearing avenues covered there. So yeah, and we need it too, here.
Yes, you do. It's a friendly place. It's a welcoming place, and it's. I will guarantee anybody coming to the city is going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And anybody coming to this Paracon is going to have a good time. You got some great people there. You got some great locations they can go to. Yeah. But you might need a little bit of caution mixed in with your good times.
Oh, just a little protection to make sure. It's what it's always good to clear yourself off after an investigation. So that's something that maybe as we go through this, it's going to be the squeaky wheel to remind people that that's an important part of this, right? You have to keep yourself clear, cleansed, safe, protected, all the things. Y'all got Brandon. We just have people. Now we do have some an amazing we have amazing resources here. We really do. We're very lucky. A lot of people don't have that. And that's another part of this is, where do I get my resources from? If I don't have them in my hometown, where can I get them? Right. And so that's another thing that we want to help people find and make connections with things like that. So hi.
Hello, Chris. Sean.
Yes, sir.
Have you got something you would either want to ask or talk about or do?
Well, I think Jennifer's covered some pretty good stuff. Make sure you come grounded to things like this, and make sure you cleanse yourself when you leave, because I've experienced things like that, and I've had to cleanse my own team and etc. when I've left. And like I said, come grounded. Maybe take salt bath, salt shower, something like that, or even afterward. Just cleanse yourself. It does help a lot.
And I will suggest that, and I know there's probably some locals that'll disagree with me, but I've seen this happen more often than not. Don't burn just sage.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Because here, it tends to just make the spirits mad. It does not, for the spirits here, I want to be very specific. Things work differently in different places, different spirits. Here, Palo Santo, frankincense, copal, Florida water, camphor. Those are the things that you want to bring here. There's also shops that are going to be around and vendors that are going to be around that if you want to get something that's a little bit more tuned to the spirits here, there'll be resources to get that. And that's something to think about too. What works where you live doesn't necessarily work somewhere else.
That's
Right.
exactly right. Very
The
true.
spirits down there are more powerful than most places,
They're
and I will
intense.
warn people who have their favorite spirit, their guiding spirit, their spirit guide, whatever they call them. I will warn people there that when you come to New Orleans, look out, because I was down there and had a spirit at the location who would not talk to that person and did not want to stay in the same room because of their spirit guide, and
Oh,
told the spirit guide to leave.
Really?
yeah, I've
So
had
the
that happen to
person
me.
could stay,
Oh,
spirit guide's got to go outside. And the person had to ask a spirit guide to go outside for 15 to 20 minutes so they could interact with the spirit.
oh, wow.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me on a couple of investigations. Me and my Reiki master was asked to leave because they didn't like our guides.
Huh. Yeah, they all don't play nice in the afterlife, that's for sure. It's just so it's so interesting that it's just not much different than living people things. They fight, they all don't get along. Some are a little more petty than others, some are a little
Mhm.
bit more mean than others. I've picked up on the SLS camera two of them a few times fist fighting. I'm like, how's that working? That's
Mm.
interesting that you're staying in
Mhm.
a corporal body form and doing human things instead of staying in just an energy mist and doing it was very interesting, makes you think. Like,
Mhm.
are we set on that form sometimes? I don't know. Sorry. My brain just goes
Yes,
off
I
on
understand.
No,
tangent.
you're right. It's definitely right. That's definitely for sure. Len, we were coming up on top of the second hour. Just to let you know.
I, well, I was about to just make a comment and then throw it to Jennifer one more time. I've heard on EchoVox people fighting, arguing.
Hmm.
Uh, I've had people had that one instance where a man and a woman, and the guy pointed it out. Uh, this was people who lived in the 1700s, uh, pointing out, laughing at the woman I was with hat because the word wig wasn't invented
No.
in 1700. So they were laughing at her wig. So some of
Oh,
them get petty. But Jennifer, is there anything else about the Paracon that we have not covered?
No, I think we've covered a good deal. Again, we've got more things that we can add. If something's filled, join the wait list. There's always the wait list capability. Please reach out to phone, email, text. We will get back to you. But yeah, first ever, I think this is a great opportunity for people who want to really learn. Vendors, we haven't even covered vendors. So vendors, if you're interested in being a vendor, there is a vendor package. It is not available online. We do take applications because we don't want 12 of the same things, and that's the only reason. But if you're interested in being a vendor, there's a vendor request form. Fill that out, send it to me. You do have a vendor package that includes your hotel room, your table, admission, the VIP meet and greet, all that stuff. You can add on 2 more people for extra charge if you want 4 of you in a room. And those 2 other people can go to the VIP meet and greet for an extra charge. So vendors, we're looking for them. Reach out, local, not local. If you think you're a fit, come on. Haunted objects, equipment, unique stuff. Come on. We'd love to have you for sure.
All right.
So
I,
NewOrleansParacon.com, July 31st, August 2nd, 2026, here in the French Quarter in New
right
Orleans.
there.
You can buy right now, although Afterpay will be enabled, I hope, within the week. So the pricing on the website now is introductory pricing. What does that mean, Len? Where do you think the price is going to go later on? Yes, it will. So take advantage of introductory prices right now.
Unlike the link, which is down,
Yeah,
the prices will only go up as time passes.
it will. But like I said, we're still going to try to keep it very affordable for anyone to be able to come and have a time in New Orleans and learn some really cool stuff for some really cool people.
All right. We have gone on for about 2 hours.
I know.
Jennifer, you have been fabulous.
Thank you.
Guys,
You
have done
And
an awesome show.
with your upcoming podcast, I wish you all the luck there is.
Thank you. I wonder whose network it's going to be on.
I can turn you on to a few people if you want.
No, I know. Hopefully, we'll get that running in the next 2 weeks. I keep having different issues that delay it. I guess that's just the universe saying, "Not yet, Jen," and that's okay. But I hope in the next 2 weeks we'll launch it. So that's going to be coming soon, and I bet your people might have something to say about that.
Yeah.
Okay. And I would suggest having a short video and send it to Gwen and Lee
Yep.
so they can show it on the other shows on this network.
We will.
And that way we can keep everybody advised, especially keep me and the others updated on everything.
Yeah.
Where we can say, okay, you've only got, if you want this package, there's only 5 more available.
Yep.
You better pull out the card or pull out your pay for, however you're going to do it.
Yep.
And
it'll
get that
show
package.
online too. It will tell you if you go to book, it will tell you how many packages are left. Now the a la carte one, there's going to be a bunch. The other two, very limited. So it will tell you. And then we'll keep you updated, and hopefully we'll have some ads and commercials running soon and showcase all the awesome talent we're going to have.
And I welcome your commercials on my show.
Thank you so much.
Feel
Thank
free
you
to
guys for
drop
having
them.
me.
Yeah, feel free to drop them off on mine, and I'll run them as well.
Oh, thanks, Sean. I appreciate it.
So,
All right. Jennifer,
All right,
it's been fabulous. It's always fabulous talking with you. You're beautiful, you're intelligent, and Chris did well marrying you.
I'll remind him.
Of course, now he's kind of hot too, but don't tell him I said that.
Okay, you're in my secret for sure.
Jennifer, we will be talking to you later. We will host you a couple of times on the different various shows over next year, every few weeks, just to try. Because my personal goal, would be to sell every package you offer and sell them all out.
Perfect. I challenge you.
That's the goal.
All right.
Good night, Jennifer. It's been a pleasure.
all right, I'm going to drop you backstage, Jen. Great
All
show.
right. All right, I tell everybody that was a fabulous show. That was a lot of fun. You got a lot of information. I would advise keeping this video and going ahead and watching it in slow-mo so you can continue to get the information.
Did you
good night, everybody.
Len, did you want to play that one other video real quick?
Let's do it.
All righty, here we go.
All right.
Looks awesome.
That's going to do the show for tonight. That's two hours. We're running up a minute over. So good night, everybody. Thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for listening. Thanks to everybody on YouTube, Facebook, and All Access Network TV. Thank you very much, Lee and Gwen, for allowing me to host my show and have put up with all my BS. Just remember, the paranormal never sleeps, and that goes doubly when you're in New Orleans.
Have a great night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.